Alright, what up YouTube? It's the Night Saint here back with another video. And this video is gonna be about just forgiveness. Like I said, this video just came out of nowhere and I just felt like recording it. Forgiveness. I was watching this video and this dude was speaking about how, like, of course it's sort of like spiritually conceptual, but he was like how Jesus is like the heart chakra, right? How Jesus was here, like I said, if you believe Jesus is a real person or not, but Jesus came here, he was very a loving individual. He came through, he was very forgiving, and he was a very loving person. And he loved no matter the outcome of, or no matter the behavior of the other person. And I won't say I'm Jesus, but I think I try to act, I'm not a Christian, but like the idea like Christ-like, like I'm very much a person that's, I will go far for people that, I care about. And at times I can do that without my ego interfering and trying to stray me off the path of, like, oh, well, they don't do this for you, they don't care about you. And it's like, and to a certain extent, it's right. You shouldn't be around nobody that don't care about you, for real. Like I said, that's very just negative, and it's very much so, that's like a trauma response. Like, you're just taking care of people that don't care about you, But me, I take care of people the best I can. Even if, maybe, like I said, I think that's one thing I just understand, is that everybody got something going on, and some people just can't do it. In the sense of just like people making sure that everybody's taken care of in a way. Like take like your parents, right? Some people may not have supported their parents because realistically their parents are under like a lot of stress and they have a lot of things going on. And some parents may be able to support you, but a lot of parents won't be able to. And that's just because they own what they got going on. And that's something I had to understand as a kid, like changing my perspective from when I was a young kid. It's like, now I'm only 20, but I'm pushing 21. I mean, that's not old, but shit. But like, it's just like, start to understand like adults and their problems in a way. Like I'm at that stage now. I was at that stage at 18. And I told my mother, like I said, but like I said, parents, they hear what they want to hear at times. They be like, oh, well, and then they want to, they're like, oh, well, oh, thank you for saying that. Then, next year later, they want to keep talking. Like they want to play the victim mindset, like, oh, yeah, like, oh, I got through all this and that. And it's like taking me, I'm a very understanding person. I don't ask anybody for anything just because I understand that there's always something going on. And I just rather not ask nobody for nothing. And that caused me to realistically not depend on anybody in a very unhealthy manner. But that's how, that's just how I'm at right now, and that's just how I decide on moving. But you understand that everybody has something going on. You understand that everybody has some type of, everybody is bound by something in their past that happened that's caused them to be in the situation they in now. So in many ways, let's take my life for example. Like I said, raised by a single mother and with a lot of kids, so was not able to really take care of her kids in a way where, or support her kids, to be there for her kids, because she had to provide for the kids and be there for the, well, not be there for the kids, but keep a roof over a kid's, head. So in many ways, all the other things besides that, fell to the side. Like the emotional aspect, or just the emotional and just mental and just physical aspect of just, a mother and her child, especially after a certain age. People, like, what I felt growing up is but kids grow up and they tend to like resent their parents for what they could have provided for them or do for them when they were younger. And it's very understandable. Like, right, you bring a kid into the world and then you can't provide it sufficient, love, or you can't tend to it proficiently. I mean, sufficient. I don't know, my brain's tweaking, but like enough so that they can function properly in a way where they're not seeking validation from outside people, or just their peers and stuff like that. And that causes just a lot of just mental problems and just a lot of emotional problems that I think that we all tend to face. Like me, like I said, I had a problem with, I didn't have no loss of love in my heart for nobody, really. I'm kind of surprised how it's like after I hit like a certain age, it's like I got a lot of love, but I don't know where the love came from, because I came from such an unloving household. So I got a big reservoir of love somewhere like I said, in my heart, and I'm very, I'm very passionate about people and just helping people and just wanting to help people. That when I was younger, I would cry about it a lot. Not cry, but I'd tear up. My voice started tweaking, and that's just how I was. But taking that aspect, but in many ways, what another thing, like my affection didn't really get affected, but in the mental plane, like my mental, I was always like, damn, like I would say certain things to myself, like the way I was living my life and the way I was thinking about moving forward, I would think that, take for example, if somebody, let's say your parents don't really support you, or brothers and sisters don't even support you either, you create this concept in your head that, damn, like maybe I'm not enough or something. And the crazy thing is, little kids thinking this, and that type of shit break my heart, because I'm like, these little kids that think this, and it's literally like the beginning of their own thought process, and if they don't break it when they're an adult, that's like literally like that's how they gonna think the rest of their life. And it's sad to think that. It's sad to think that. Like I caught it, I'm catching it now, but it's kind of like I'm only 21, and people in the spiritual community, they like, well, that's pretty young for somebody to really like be aware and notice that. But people be living their whole life, and it's very like, it's heartbreaking. Like I said, it makes me sad that people legit will go through life having this type of mental, like negative, like limiting beliefs, and it's sad to see. But yeah, all in all, I skipped I went on the whole tangent, but people, when you grow up and you start to really evolve and really start to understand yourself and really start to understand how life works, you have to learn how to forgive your parents for what they did, for what they could do for you. Well, forgive your parents for what they didn't do for you. My bad, I said it wrong. And single-handedly, that's been like one of the hardest things that I ever had to do, is that because your emotions is just like attached to your parents. It's like you feel this strong way, and you identify with yourself. You identify with your feelings so much, is that it's so hard to let go of your childhood. Like I said, the first 7 years of your childhood is like the most important, because that really sets you up for the rest of your life. And well, of course, theoretically, but it's just like that type of stuff is like really crazy, that you got to really learn forgiveness for your parents and the wrongs doing that they do to you. Just because I think that's just, when you really understand that at the base level, you understand a lot of things and how you deal with relationships with other people, even just with your career as well. Just like your relationships start off at home. Like I said, then they say raising the children starts at home. It's like that's how kids learn, and they learn through their first experiences, who they come with, and who they come around and by. So yeah, I've been on this forgiveness type of journey, just learning to understand that maybe she wasn't able to, and and that's just, I mean, it is what it is. It's like really it changed to the point where it's like you have to learn, like, okay, well, since this is what they did, and like I said, it's in the past, so you can't do anything about it. So what are you gonna do now? It's like you got to learn to deal with it, but you got to learn how to move past it. You got to learn to move past it. And you got to give yourself what you missed when you was young. And the way you got to reparent yourself and to really move forward with your life. And yeah, it's been very hard, nonetheless. But like I said, you make it through, right? So yeah, if you like the video, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all later.